this live?
Yeah.
Where can people see it at?
All platforms, YouTube, Apple, Spotify. No, can't see on Spotify, but YouTube, Apple. I'll send you the link when we through with it.
Oh, I thought it was leaving. I thought it was live, but they can watch in real time.
Oh, they can on YouTube.
Go to YouTube. I'll send you the link to
What
it.
is it on YouTube?
I'll send you the link for it now.
Okay.
All right. What's going on, good people? Yours truly, EZDZ, one of the hosts of Chop Shop. Greg Doss, a.k.a. Rub's, not in with us this evening. But as normal, my man to my right, world's famous, Dade City's finest, world famous Waldo. How you doing tonight, young man?
You welcome.
Okay, we finna crank up tonight. We got something special for y'all this evening. We got one of the most influential women of the Bay Area. She got a lot of different stuff going on. And we're going to get into this man-woman dynamic this evening. We're going to talk about broken women, all kind of stuff. So make sure this is the one you check in on. So without further ado, owner and operator CEO of Let's Be Clear Communications, Latoya Carter.
Hello. Happy to be here.
Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I want to apologize for those with a little technical difficulty. We are all the way live now. So
A minor delay.
Yeah, a little delay, but we ready for it now. So let's get into it. You know, we talked last week. You gave some good we've been rapping for a while trying to put this together. So now we is here. So
We are here.
let's go ahead and get into it. You know, you spoke a lot of good stuff. You said about this man-woman dynamic, and I just want you to delve into it. Me and Waldo, we're going to be the students tonight. We're going to let you teach.
Well, I mean, give me something. Start it off.
Let's do this. How do you feel that with the man-woman dynamic as it is now, you know, it's a lot of foolishness with this blue app, expectations that women are putting on men, they cannot meet. What's your take on that? We can start with that. What's your take on that?
Well, you said a blue app. What's that?
It's Facebook. Come on now, catch up.
Facebook. Okay. Well, you know, I'm Gen X, so you know, I know y'all kind of, you know, I'm Gen X like y'all. You know, what I'm saying we do the long name, the long way.
Okay, Facebook.
But,
I'm sorry.
I think to be completely frank, when we talk about relationships and men and women dynamics and what's going on now, we have to put things into its proper perspective. Because when we say men and women, we're talking about people who can be not only adults, but accountable. And I don't think that's what's happening nowadays. I think we're having a situation of big boys and big girls, or adult boys and adult girls, because grown men and grown women tend to think from a different perspective. So when you talk about relationships, we have to quantify that conversation by figuring out who it is that we're discussing. A lot of times on a podcast and just, you know, things that go viral, and some of the most ludicrous things you hear, a man who danced is spicy, a man who carries an umbrella, a man who, you know, all these little ignorant things these children are talking about. They don't really understand that they are in what they're saying is impressionable to people who just don't know. And so that the idea that with age comes wisdom is false. That's not what happens. So you have a lot of old boys, old girls that are fools out here trying to do this thing called relationships and love, and they're failing.
Okay. You got something, Dave?
Oh, I was gonna say it's a lot of the spicy men, and you do this, you spicy,
zesty.
Yeah, definitely the zesty convo. It's like as black men, we can't do pretty much anything. Like if we disagree, we're arguing, we too zesty. If we eat a banana, we too zesty. We got to break it. We can't bite the banana. You zesty. Can't eat a hot dog no more at a barbecue. You zesty. So it's a lot going on that we can't do. Like they saying a man that cook is zesty. How do you feel that affects the relationships today, and as far as confidence in black men?
Good question.
Well, again, there is no man that I know of, including, you know, you two, specifically you, D, that I think that you would somehow see yourself as less than masculine because you eating a banana and or a hot dog. So that's why I say we have to be very cautious and careful about who it is we're talking about. No man looks at himself or any other man and says he is that more so less likely to be masculine because he's eating a banana in the traditional sense. You know, this homophobia, this idea that a man who cries or is tender or is soft from the standpoint of his emotional perspective, he's emotionally mature or has the ability to relate and empathize. The idea that all of those character traits in some kind of way says that a man is less than is only in our culture. No other culture has to deal with that type of ignorance. And so because we fail, because Black men have failed to, in my opinion, stand 10 toes down in what it is and allow men to define what masculinity is, we're already losing. Women control their vaginas, men control marriage. So when a man tells me that he was messing with a young lady or he was dating a young lady and his experience was tragic, I look more at the young man, because then my question becomes, well, what's going on with you? What's lacking with you? What needs to be healed and whole within you that you pick someone that does not define or does not communicate to the world who you are at your core?
It was a BBL.
So when men choose their women, it's that you're choosing a woman. So if you choose a woman who does not stand up to the standards by which you were taught, hopefully, or that you saw growing up, you're to blame, not her.
Okay, but then let me ask you this then. With women today, I think a lot of times that is, I want a man that's got this. I want a man that's got this, got to have a 800 credit score.
You got to be above 6 feet.
Got to be above 6 feet.
Making six figures. And the six figures can't be, and it can't be 104,000. It got to be 200,
230,
250, yeah,
like that. So
and they work at Taco Bell.
Is that they got a 530 credit score, stay with their auntie, and don't even have a vehicle, but you setting all these demands for what you want. That's a problem. That's a major problem.
I don't think it's a problem.
Who is it a problem for?
The man that end up with her.
No, it's not.
It's a problem for the man that end up with her.
No,
I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, I
don't.
Okay, but I just think also is that men have to, because see, right now we live in a society where everything is visual. Everything is visual.
Right.
So if you out and you see a girl, she got the body, she looking good. I've always tell people attitude is the biggest thing to me. How you conduct yourself, how you move. Because you got some girls that are beautiful women and their personality personifies their beauty. Then you got some that look good, but their attitude stink.
Absolutely.
So for that, it's like, if you're not interested in the guy, and I'm gonna tell you what's funny, I find myself watching this a lot. You ever see the prank they got with the guys with the cars?
Yeah, the gold digger prank.
Okay, the gold digger prank. Mm-hmm. Okay. Dude, London, step it down. Ain't saying that disrespectful. Trying to holler at the girl. Oh, you not my type. Brush him off, whatever. Then he go hit that alarm. Oh, this your car? This your car? Yeah. I'm like, come on, man. We got to do better, ladies. Y'all got to do better. But what's your take on that?
Well, for one, I have seen the prank. For two, I mean, I think any woman that communicates to a man what she is about within the first 5 minutes, and he chooses to move forward with her based on her aesthetics, I feel like that woman should do everything she was meant to do. I think she should run complete havoc in circles. I think she should break everything: his heart, his eyelashes, his lips.
Why? Why you feel like that? That's strong.
She is stone cold.
Yeah.
Because you are. You know how people say in relationships, "Oh, I got with her or I got with him, and he wasn't like that in the beginning, and then all of a sudden they turned into a different person. I didn't see the red flags. They didn't have red flags." All of those things are lies.
Okay.
If you ever hear anybody say that, that is a lie. It is hard to pretend to be someone else other than yourself. And even if you're really good at it, like Steve Harvey said, 90 days. Check out a person for 90 days. After that 90 days, you know, what you see is what you get. But in the cases like that little prank where he, you know, hits the alarm on the car and then she does an about face and decides to give him the time of day, well, he already knows what kind of person she is because he could have rented that car.
You still there?
She talking?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here. I think for me, like you said, with the 90 days, in the 90 days,
yeah, so,
let me say, in the 90 days.
What I said was that, in those 90 days. So what I'm saying is a person can only pretend for so long, right?
Right.
And so in this instance, in the instance where he beeps a button and the car comes on and she does an about face, well, he already knows what she's about. There is no, if he pursues her, he can't say later on, well, damn, we thought you was with me for me.
Right.
I thought it was me that you were interested in. No, she was interested in your car.
Right.
Now, what's foolish is he could be the valet. He could be, you know, taking that car to be, you know,
detailed, serviced, you know, anything.
Right, exactly. So she doesn't know. She's just willing to slide her kitty cat all up and down the car so that her friends, right, can see her. You have to understand, women do things for women.
Yes, they do.
So it's all about me, all about my friends seeing me in something that makes it seem like I've made it in order for them to feel some kind of way about my current situation. You spoke about, you know, this list is what I call it. Well, he has to be 6 feet. He has to make 6 figures, which is interesting because 6 figures is not hard to do. But he has to make 6 figures. He has to have a credit score of 80/25. Let me tell you something. My last boyfriend of 5 years was worth more than $50 million. That was his worth, guesstimation.
Okay.
And and when I tell you, if I had not been in the proximity of him and we had this life together, I would not have had the experiences I had, and I would have not seen the things that I've seen. So what do I mean by that? People who don't qualify for those types of people are what I consider dreamers, right? You know, anybody can dream. I can say I want to be able to fly to Milan every other week. That seems ideal to me. That is my dream. That's my whatever, right? But the reality of it is people who actually have that type of wealth move differently. Now, what was interesting about dating a man like that, I got the whole, why is he with her? What does she have? Who is she? I had women I had never met freaking hate me. I had women within my sorority who I had never met making phone calls to him saying, hey, Mr. So-and-so, you don't know me, but we're concerned about who you're dating. That's a true story. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And I can tell you from experience that the women who you think are not doing that are the women who are doing it. So I'm talking about your doctors, your lawyers, your judges, your principals, your scientists, your engineers. These women that sit around and say, I got a PhD, a master's degree. Those women are the women that will dust their knees off and do what they need to do to be in the presence of a man like that. And he never even took them to McDonald's for a Happy Meal. Okay,
now this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. Give us like 2 minutes. We finna come back with Miss Carter. This good dialogue, good banter, and I want to get into these broken women because I think that's something that is not addressed. So I do think we need to get to that. So we're gonna take a quick 2-minute break. If we can, Torres, recognize those. We could do Will D and Greer Doss if possible. So like I said, Tori, we're gonna come back to you in 2 minutes. We sent you the link. So we'll be back after this break, all right? Okay.
All right.
All right, thank you. All right. So we come back, we pull up .com 813 570-9617. My man Dawes got his hand in a whole lot of stuff, so he doing his thing. But like I said, we're gonna take this quick break, and we'll be right back. We come back, we'll have Latoya Carter on, and we're gonna ride this thing out. We're talking about these broken women, relationships, and all that good stuff. We'll be right back. What's going on, good people? Yours truly EZDZ back in Chop Shop, second half of the show. Like I said, Greg Dawson not with us, a.k.a. Ruff. To my right, the one and only world famous Waldo, Dade City's finest. You welcome. Okay, we got special guest Latoya Carter and kicking with us tonight. Let's be clear communication. We getting into this man dynamic. Now, before we took the break, you spoke about these different things with men, women, as far as just all these guidelines and I guess curriculum that they have to meet.
Syllabus.
They say we echoing. Parham say we echoing. So let me get your input. We talked. You talked about the broken women.
So,
Go ahead.
can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So just kind of quickly picking up where I left off. What I was rounding up to say before we went on our break was that, you know, when we talk about relationships and how men and women relate to each other and the wish list, 6 feet, 7 figures, you know, driving the cars, living in the house, and that kind of thing. A person who has amassed that is more concerned about how they feel when they're with a woman, how that woman represents them, and what type of energy that woman brings to the relationship. Because let's be honest, or in this occasion, let's be clear. A man who has, or a woman who has that does not need the other person for that purpose, right? So if I got a house and you got a house, how does that benefit me? I already have a house, okay? If I got money and you got money, okay, that's great, but how does that add to the value of my life? However, if I have whatever I have and you have what you have, but when I am with you, peace surrounds me. I have found the person who literally makes my heart sing. I have found someone that I'm willing to invest in that makes me feel safe and seen and valued. That's the stuff that people look for. So a lot of times, you know, in speaking about the brokenness, that saying that hurt people is true. You cannot be broken, or you cannot be unhealed, no matter what your aesthetics look like, and expect someone to come in, which is what I call that superhero component.
Count to save them. Count to save them. Okay.
Exactly. Expect someone to come in, swoop in, and fix what they did not break. So to say this and say, I have a son, and I told my son before he started dating, I said to my son, I said, as you mature in age, you're going to date young ladies. And at some point in time, you're going to find yourself being intimate with that young lady. I said, this is what I want you to do. I said, when you're done doing what you're doing, do not fall asleep. I want you to hold that young lady and make her feel and let her know that the place she's in is secure. Okay. I said, if you stay awake, she will start to talk to you. She will tell you about traumas, things, sadness, relationships, or things that have really, really affected her because she feels like she's in a safe space. I want you to listen to her. I said, and even if she starts to cry, I want you to hold her tighter because she needs to be reassured. And when all is said and done, I want you to ask her this one question. And the question is, what have you done to start the healing for yourself? If that young lady says anything other than I have gone to counseling, or I'm in therapy or counseling, I said, I need you to understand you have to leave her alone. Because if she says, oh, I just go to church, or I just gave it to God, or I don't even worry about it. She says anything like that, leave her alone. Because if you continue to pursue her, she will ultimately make you responsible for what you did not break. And therefore she will break you in return.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that. Now,
but it would be I would say it'd be a red flag if y'all just laid down and she started crying already. So that's already a red flag. Oh, okay.
But it doesn't happen that way.
You go to crying after we just finished. That's a red flag. Yeah,
what's wrong with her?
Don't go to sleep.
Well, I mean, obviously,
there
has to be a spirit of intimacy there, because sex is intimate, right? But it's physical, right? The intimacy is the other stuff. The way you make her feel before she ever lays down with you. The things you say to her that she hasn't heard from someone else. You know, the way you pour into her. Those things are the intimacy. The physical component is what happens as a result of what you did.
Okay.
So that's why I said, you know, she has to feel safe and secure, because you never know. You have these women that are like, okay, I don't want to sleep with you. I'm not going to sleep with you until we're in a relationship. That might be 60 days. By that time, you should know her well enough to know that, hey, listen, I dig you, and vice versa. And that moment is going to come. But the moment that woman shares with you the parts of her that are still tender, it is important that that woman knows that she is responsible for her own healing, not the man that she's with. So a lot of these young women out here, and men, but a lot of these young women take the stance of, well, if he ain't 6 foot, if he ain't doing this, and he ain't doing that, right? Then he can't be with me. When they don't understand that beauty fades every day. The ideal is that while you are your best, you go ahead and solicit and get your best, and you set the foundation for a strong family to move forward. But you know, when we are at our best, we say, "No, I'm not ready for that right now because I'm the freshest, hottest thing that's going on." And so then we tend to, you know, play host role games and win host role prizes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you start gaining weight, and then all that young sexiness start to fade away a little bit.
Yeah.
And now you two kids in.
Yeah. Two different daddies.
Two different baby daddies.
Yeah.
And now you go to looking back.
Yeah, dang.
Oh man, that might have been a good man.
Yeah. That's how it go.
Even if he only made $80,000.
That's right. Like Mike Jones said back
And
then, they didn't want me.
And then he had a little side hustle, bought him another $20,000. You ain't even counting that. So now he making six figures. And you just laughed at his hobby, what he was doing, making side money.
But
hustling.
Can I please get funky real quick?
Go ahead and get funky.
Can I please get funky real quick? Okay, now this way it finna get real. We finna get spotted with this. Just like you just spoke about men pointing to women. But I think where the dynamic goes wrong is that women, a lot of women, I'm not saying, some women are career-oriented, goal-oriented, want to have things, and they talk about it, but there's no plan to go with it, if you understand what I'm saying.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Huh?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay, well, let's just say, okay, you say, this is what I want to do. I want to have a house by the time I turn 40, but there's no action behind it.
Oh, okay.
There's no sacrifice being made. So when you still clubbing, still socializing, on the Blue app, everywhere, kicking it, kiki, coo. But when it's time to do, now when you're limited because those good years have passed you. And men today, getting married, I got married, the second time I got married, I was 41. Okay? So I do believe that you got to be with somebody that you can build with. It's going to push you to do better. But it's like you said, when you get intimate with somebody, we got to have conversations like, what are we doing? What are some of your goals? What are you trying to do? What's your credit? These are conversations that you got to have. Because if I got a 750 and you got a 490, I'm helping you. It ain't helping me. I'm helping you. That's honest conversation, though. Because you just never know. But these are conversations that you got to have with people before we go to the next level. And is that fair to say? If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
I'm going to say this.
Talk to me. Let's get funky with it.
I'm going to say this. A man who is interested in a woman, a man who wants a woman is not concerned truly about her credit score.
I'll be the cut you off. Jerome Parham, so he talking about, I got time to wait on her goals. I'm a cheat. Stop that, Parham. Go ahead, Toya. Parham is crazy. Parham is crazy. Go ahead, keep going.
But what I'm saying is a man who wants a woman does not give a damn about her credit score. He doesn't give a damn about her job. He doesn't give a damn about her money. He doesn't give. When I met the person that I'm dating right now, he has everything that I did not have. If we want to think about the tangibles, right? I was starting over again. I have a business, and I had all these things, and he was not concerned with any of that. What he was concerned about more so was, okay, how are we relating to one another? Do we make each other happy? Are you the person that I can see myself, like you said, having peace with and having a happy home with and being able to pour into, and I be able to reciprocate. So, honestly speaking, just like the guy, my ex, who was worth $50 million, he didn't look at me and say, how is your credit score? Do you have a house? He didn't care.
Okay, but now I'm getting some flack. So let me back up. At 40, I'm curious, okay? Because I got my time is only goes so far. 30s be a little different. 20s a little different. So let me be clear. If you got a 490, but you working towards taking care of your business, that's different. But if you just, okay, at $4.90, I got this job, I'm off Saturday, Sunday, I ain't trying to do nothing else, this is what I'm doing, and that's what it is.
Well, she shouldn't even qualify. She doesn't even qualify to talk to you. So she's not even in the running.
So I say this. As a man,
proceed,
and a provider to my partner, it really doesn't matter what the credit score is. Now, if I'm with you and we need to get something where you need to qualify for credit or something, we'll work on that later. We'll figure that out down the road.
Okay.
But at the meantime, when I meet you, there's a physical attraction and how you make me feel like when I'm with you. So if we together and nothing else matters, I'm able to talk to you, I'm able to feel safe.
Be vulnerable.
Yes, to talk to you, and you know what I'm saying? Just open up to you or whatever.
Be expressive. That's so sweet.
Yeah,
like
if I'm able to do that with you, then whatever your credit score is don't matter. If I can find peace, your credit score don't matter, because you can change the credit score.
You can, but the key is working towards that. That's all I'm saying. If you're working towards,
this is the thing. I'm sorry, D. I'm sorry.
You good. No, you good. Do your thing. You good. We good.
I was gonna say, this is the thing. We build in our 20s, right? We build in our 20s, hopefully, to sustain us in our 30s, right? And the thing that that has sustained us, or that we built in our 20s in order to, not plateau, but to kind of placate us in our 30s, that we can build on that into our 40s. If I'm struggling and you struggling, we already not compatible. Right? I mean, we both can't be struggling, right? I don't care how much love we feel is in the air. Somebody has to have some type of sense to know that, hey, listen, we either have a plan, we either put a plan together, or this is not going to work. Because relationships are work. When you are in a relationship with someone, especially when you jump the broom into marriage, that's the hardest thing you will ever do outside of raising children. Okay? Because you are literally having to die to yourself and consider someone else every day. You have to choose your partner every single day. And that means that you are not the primary or the priority. That other person is. And hopefully that other person is mature enough to choose you every day and make you the primary and the priority, so that no one is left behind, right? And then both of you guys focus on the kids. But I'm 40-ish. I won't say what age, but I'm 40 plus.
Okay.
And I would not. I'm honestly speaking. How can I say it?
Go ahead and say it.
There are certain men that I would not consider. Right. Okay. So it's not that they're not good men. There's not that I couldn't see myself with them. I'm just at a place in my life where I'm in the sustainable stage. I'm in the sustaining and growing further stage. I'm not in the building stage.
Okay.
When I meet you at this age, don't come and tell me at 45 that you always wanted to start a business.
But I'm about to sign this record deal, though.
Say what now?
I'm about to sign this record deal. I'm about to sign the record deal.
Don't tell me at 48 that you always had you had a name for a t-shirt business. Right, and you just needed the perfect woman to help you do it. I'm not the woman for that, right? Not saying that there's not a woman out there for that.
You are something.
But why are you not the woman though?
Because I don't do that. I don't have the time to sit up here and put into you what should have already come out of you. Right? I am a woman who likes men. I'm a wife who attracts husbands. I don't all of that wish, shoulda, coulda, woulda, that Peter Pan shit.
I like what
never lived. We just dreaming. I'm not her.
I like what she said.
I know that there are women.
I'm a wife that attracts husbands.
I like that. She said it. I like that.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of Coretta Scotts looking for a Martin. You feel me? He had a dream. They want to get behind his dream. No, I get behind yours.
And there's also some young Miamis looking for ditties. So,
they out there. And my thing is this. I do not knock young Miami, because whatever Diddy needed her to do, she did.
Okay.
See, and that's another thing too. You can't get with a man like the man I have and the Diddies of the world and want to sit up here and, yes, you present yourself one way, But you can't get with a man like that and not be, not be open-minded when it comes to just life and love and that kind of thing. You can't, don't be sitting here in church talking about something. I'm waiting for God to send me my husband, and he need to be. I think the most delusional people are the ones in church. Excuse me, church folks. I'm sorry.
Here we go.
I hope I don't hurt your feelings.
Amen.
You all
amen.
are delusional. If you think that the Lord above is going to send you a man to your door with all these prerequisites while you walking around these long ass skirts doing this right here and throwing up and running around the church, you are delusional. You're going to get the man who's missing his major teeth in the front of his mouth, right? Who who has a story. That's what you're gonna get. That's what's gonna be. You're gonna get the ones that have a whole bunch of problems, which is why they're at church, right? You don't go to the hospital looking for a healed person. You go to the hospital looking for a sick person. That's why you're at church, because it's sick, right? So when you in church saying, "Oh, God sent me," or "I found my man in church," you need to leave him where he is, because he's a hot mess. He'll put you through more problems and hardships. So the thing about it is, if you want a husband, then you need to be the material for a husband. You need to be wife material, and you need to make yourself available. Don't be out here, big backing, skin ain't right, your body ain't right, you ain't got no hobbies, no focuses, no passions, no nothing about life, and thinking somebody's just gonna say, "Oh shoot, I want that one."
So what?
And just pick you up. That doesn't work like that.
So what would you say would be best for someone, for a woman that is looking for a man? What would be the best way she go about positioning herself to find that man that she's looking for?
To pivot towards getting that man.
I would say the best thing she can do to position herself to find to be found
available, yes,
by the man, to be found by the man of her desire, is to make sure that she's working on herself and that she loves herself. And I say it like this: you cannot love yourself. So I have someone ask me, "What do you mean when you say love yourself?" I don't hate myself. I do things. I get my nails done. I get my feet done. What do you mean when you say love yourself? In order to love yourself, 3 things have to happen. You have to be emotionally, physically, and mentally healthy. If you are emotionally and physically healthy, but your mental state is sick, you don't love yourself. You have to be able to work on all 3 of those things, and finances too, right, as a caveat. But you have to be in a position where you are working on all those things so that you are your best self for you first, and then for whomever comes into your life. When you're busy doing that, he gonna find you, because your frequency is going to evolve. Your frequency is going to elevate. It don't matter how you look. And I'm going to say this, and some people won't get mad at me, but this is a hot topic.
Go ahead.
Ocho Cinco and Sherelle.
Okay.
Right? So they got a show on Netflix, and for all pretense and purposes, she was living the dream. She got a handsome former football player who's still relevant. She's a boss. Let her tell it in her own right. She's out here doing everything, this, that, and the third. But the first thing she did wrong was that she found him. He didn't find her. She was in his DMs, right? She made herself available, okay? It's one thing if she put herself in the circles with him and he happened to see her and he felt like, well, damn, I noticed her. You all up in his DMs, winking and carrying on and all that kind of stuff. And on top of it all, she did not take the time, number one, to make sure she was healed and whole. This woman got 5 children from I don't know how many baby daddies. I don't give a damn how much money you have and what you do. That shit is not attractive.
She doesn't have any. That's not attractive. She doesn't have custody of any of them.
But this is the thing. This is it's not attractive. It's not attractive, right? But from the outside looking in, we look at, and I'm not judging, I'm just calling a thing, right?
Yeah,
we all got our thing.
Yeah, we all got stuff we deal with.
But the thing about it is we idolize what we see, right? She's beautiful, her body, her this, that, and the third. She with Ocho. She had the thing on Netflix or whatever. My thing is that everything on the outside could be glittering gold. But if your home is a mess, you ain't worth shit to me, right? If your children are wayward, you barking up the wrong tree. If you're with a man who is known to be a womanizer, if you're with a man who knows that he likes a variety of women, and you think because he gets with you that you're going to be the difference that he makes in order to not be what is true to him, you're delusional. But you would rather run up and down the street, do all of this to present yourself a certain way, but your daughter raising herself in Riverview.
Okay. Let me throw this out if I can. I had And it's funny you say that. You spoke about the women doing things, for the likes and want to be accepted. Yeah. And I think that's the bad thing with a lot of women today. Don't have the confidence and don't feel that they belong in certain arenas or certain rooms, if you understand what I'm saying. Because sometimes, your beauty will only take you so far, if you understand what I'm saying.
It take a woman a long way, though.
Huh?
Beauty will take a woman a long way.
But it depends on what kind of man, like you said. You could say find a husband, but if you don't have nothing, like you said, tangible to bring to the table, you probably you got to run for like maybe say 3 to 4 weeks, if that. And once that run is over, he's getting off the train and pulled up at somebody else's stop. So
putting her back on the track.
Huh?
Putting her back on the track.
Back on the track. However you want to cut it, same rules still apply. But I do believe, like, a lot of women, like you said, you spoke earlier about the Sherelle, and a lot of people visualize that and they want that kind of life. Because in their mind, they think that's what's happening. But at the end of the day, like you said, if you with a man that's a womanizer, you won't be no different. You just in rotation at that time. But a man will change for the right woman. I really believe that. He will make a decision. I don't want to do this no more. I got me something right here. And I think a lot of times with men, they gravitate to a woman that appreciates them and shows them that they love them. That's, because a lot of men raised by their moms, so that's the first woman to love us. So a lot of times when you out here trying to find your way, a lot of women like what you could do for them or what you do to them, if you understand what I'm saying. But if you don't have tangible things that you could give them, as far as, help with this, that love really ain't there. You got to really find somebody that love you for you. And when you find that, that's the most beautiful thing in the world. Because we all go through things, but at the end of the day, you got to want somebody to love you for you. Proceed.
And no, I'm saying, just to add to that, it makes it easier when you love you.
Right.
There's no way I can love you if I don't love me first, right?
Right.
The way I love me teaches you how to love me.
Right.
And vice versa. Right? It's not that hard. Relationships are not hard. We make relationships hard.
Relationships
we're
hard, not Toya. Nah, relationships is hard. I'm in one.
Let me say, I'm not saying relationships are not work. I'm not saying they're not work, right? What I'm saying is, let me change the wording. Relationships are not difficult. How about that? Okay. Relationships are not difficult. They may have hard components, but they're not difficult, right? If I choose you, so what is choosing your partner mean? What that means to me is that I get up in the morning, because I'm not even in the state of Florida right now. So I get up in the morning, right? And I could run havoc within this city that I'm in. It's nothing but air and opportunity, okay? And I can have me a good old time, hands down. But at the end of the day, is that good old time going to take away from what I'm building with this person, or is it going to add to what I'm building with this person? Okay. It's going to take away, right? Now the other side of that is, well, hell, he wouldn't know, right?
How would he know?
You can't get mad.
Right. How would he know?
I told him, you can't get mad about what you don't know. But you know who would know? I would.
Right.
And it's something about, and you probably attest to this. You know how it is in when you met your wife, and remember when they looked at you with such a look in their eye, it was nothing but love. Like you could see the love they had for you in their eyes. It was just something about the way she looked at you that you was like, damn it, I don't ever want to lose this.
Well, not meaning to brag, I still get that now. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, good. So for
my
the
look
audience,
be a little more like anger.
Why did I marry him?
Because he done messed up. But what happens is that woman or man looks at you a certain kind of way, and you know that the way they look at you is nothing they would keep from you, or nothing that they would do that they won't give to you. But you go up here and you make a decision that betrays them, right? Not that, because it's your decision, but you betray them or you hurt them, and all of a sudden that look starts to diminish. I don't ever want the man that looks at me that way to ever stop looking at me that way. Okay. So that's enough for me. So when I get up in the morning to call him and choose him, hey baby, good morning, I love you. I choose you this morning. I say I choose you this morning, and I will choose you every morning. And I'll tell you I choose you every morning, because what we have is more valuable than anything I could spend an hour with outside these walls.
That sounds player, don't it?
Yeah.
I choose you. That's like from the Mac, yeah. That's like from the Mac. Yeah, we need to get
right.
UGK and Outcast on here.
Because the moment you stop choosing your partner, that's the moment that somebody else can creep in. Your office husband, your office wife, your good, friend that you thought, whatever. No, you have to make a conscious decision, and you can be audible about it. And I suggest you do be audible about it. Make a conscious decision to tell your partner, I choose you. That means when I walk outside this door, I know that I'm responsible for your heart, and I won't do anything to transgress it.
I choose you, baby.
Okay.
She watching.
That's the difference between a woman's relationship with a man and a big girl with a big boy.
Big boy.
Because anything that dangles and that's shiny, that little girl is running to that because it's shiny. It catches her attention. But a woman who understands that 80-20, if he's 80% of everything I need and my soul is fed, ain't no 20% alive that will make me leave my 80.
Okay, that's fair. Now I'm gonna ask you, because like I say, you expert, you know your stuff. 3 red flags that you think for men and then for women as well. If you look
this is universal.
Go ahead. What's your 3 red flags? Go ahead.
Number 1 is hygiene, specifically oral hygiene. If your mouth ain't right, ain't nothing right. My philosophy is if you won't take care of the things that I can't see, the likelihood of you taking care of the thing I can't see is slim to none. I will not be a hospice wife. Okay?
A hospice?
So
okay. She said a hospice. Okay. Ooh.
Yes, because a messed up mouth means that your heart is weak. A heart attack is around the corner.
Oh, Lord.
So with that being said, your inability to keep yourself clean is a number 1 red flag. The second red flag is for me with a man, it's how he treats not only his mother and his daughters and his sisters, it's how he treats his children.
Okay.
If he is abusive, or he does not I don't want to say, but if he's not mindful and respectful to the woman that gave birth to him, to those that grew up with him, and those that he put into this world, he can never be good to me. And a man who does not have any discipline is a red flag. And I'm gonna put a 4th one in there. A man who has abusive ways, verbally, emotionally, physically, anything that comes across as abusive is a red flag. But the lack of discipline means that, at any given time, he'll make sure, because he's insecure, to be with somebody else because of what she's doing for him and how she's making him feel. He won't regard me. He has no discipline in his finances. He has no discipline with his body. He has no discipline with his thoughts, with his words, with his person. Red flag.
Okay. So how would you determine these red flags as far as dating goes? So say you're with a said individual. He has all of these red flags, but you're dating him, your lunch dates, coffee dates. How are you moving forward to find out about these red flags? And then once you see those red flags, what is your reaction?
So I think we can all agree that the color red means stop, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Stop.
Yes.
Okay, fire. So if the first red flag is your mouth, there is no
outside of the hygiene.
There is no moving forward.
Outside of hygiene.
Okay, so then, like anything, this is the first of all, we date improperly. You don't date someone, and when I say, my philosophy is you date, you court, you engage, you marry. Those are the 4 things for me: date, court, engage, marriage. Right? Sometimes people transverse the dating and the courtship, right? But for me, that's how I see it: dating, courting, engagement, and marriage, if that's where it's going. If we're dating, I'm not dating you from the standpoint of how you make me feel and whether or not I feel like we can go on and all of this fairy tale ish. I'm dating you to disqualify you. I'm dating you to find something wrong with you. I'm dating you and asking you hard questions. I'm dating you to get down to the nitty gritty of things, right? Because if I can't get, there's no feelings involved and no sex and nothing like that. If we can't have honest conversation and I'm not in a position to, feel where you're coming from, hear what you're saying, watch how you conduct your life. If I'm not in a position to do that, to disqualify you, then there's no reason to date. So I date for that person, that purpose. If we get past the dating phase where I feel comfortable, you're consistent and all that kind of stuff, and now we're courting, and let's say, I didn't see in that dating phase that you're verbally abusive. Well, the first time you say something to me and you don't realize that what you're saying is verbally abusive, I might communicate to you and say, you know what, I don't play like that. Do not speak to me that way or whatever. If it happens a second time, there is no third time. It's, you know what, this doesn't work for me. This doesn't work for me because I don't have to. I don't have to. It's nothing that, there's so many fish, penises, vaginas, and personalities out in the sea where I'm going to sit up here and settle for something I don't want.
Okay.
So I don't do it.
Well, look, hold that thought.
Trial and error.
Because we're gonna run this back with you definitely when you get local. But before we get out of here, I don't want you to give your shout outs because we're gonna do rapid fire with you. We're gonna run some questions by you. So real quick, any shout outs you want to give? Proceed.
So I just want to obviously give a shout out to the 813, to Conan's Barbecue, my big cousin Mike Trigg, my kids, family, my love and Riverview, my girlfriends. How y'all doing? I miss you all. My family in Palmetto. Yeah, just, and letsbeclearcommunications.com. Letsbeclearcommunications.com for all your PR and marketing needs. Check me out.
Okay, proceed. So we're going to take this last break. We're going to recognize those that keep the lights going. Auto Repair Center, Carlos Martin, 813-400.
Who we got in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, Super Bowl. He's taking the Chiefs. 813-310-2245.
They might lose now.
No, I'm sorry, 813-443-4730. I'm tripping. Yeah, my bad. File on me low. Then also Elevated Designs. See the shirts we rocking tonight. Go check them out, 813-400-7015. We got two new sponsors also. Calvin's Body Shop down there in South Tampa.
Calvin?
Calvin,
from the
yeah, not from McDonald's, Calvin.
Oh, okay.
813-831-6135 down at 7413 South German Street. Collision repair, paint restoration, part replacement, structural repairs, minor dent removal. And my man Spencer Johnson, S&C Pool Services. Go check them out. They got a lot of good stuff they do in the pool. It's finna warm up. So anything you need done with them pools, they'll take care of you. 813-802-9496. Pavers Researching. Supply install pumps, automation salt systems, heat pumps, automatic cleaners, how to clean up acrylic deck. And last but not least, Wingstop, because King Care's in charge of the Rapid Fire. We're going to bring them back. We got 10 locations throughout the Bay Area, man. Hillsborough, North Dale Mabry, South Florida, North Florida, West Hillsborough, South Dale Mabry, Fowler, North 56, Bruceby Downs, and State Highway, Florida 54, out there by the Outlet Mall. We're going to take in, let's go and pull King's Care so we get a rapid fire going. Waldo, let everybody know what you got going.
Shout out to King's Care. Kings_care with a K on Instagram. Kingscare.com. Make sure y'all check us out. Shampoo, conditioner, pomade.
Put that pomade, that wave grease, got to put that in now. Need that.
Beard wash, beard oil. Y'all make sure y'all check us out, man. We on Amazon. We pretty much everywhere. Check us out. Kingscare.com and Kings_care. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff.
He reached out to me. I ain't get to talk to him. I called him back. He
be moving. So Turbo, go put Miss Carter back up to get this rapid fire going. Okay, Toya, favorite actor.
Favorite actor. Ooh. Samuel.
Okay,
Jackson.
favorite Samuel movie.
Time to Kill.
Okay. Oh, you got
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's Vengeance. Okay, want to get back. Okay. Biggest pet peeve.
Biggest pet peeve. Bad breath.
Bad breath. Okay. Road trip. You could take 3 musical artists, they whole catalog. Who you taking with you?
Ooh, road trip, musical catalog. I would say Jill Scott. Love her.
Okay.
Maxwell.
Okay.
Love him.
Okay.
And who else?
I see them at a concert together.
Probably Mary J.
Okay, Mary J. Okay. Let me ask you.
No. Luther.
Big Luther or small Luther?
Both of them.
Both of them? Okay, both of them. Okay, both of them. Okay. Favorite member of New Edition?
Favorite man? Johnny Gill.
Oh, okay. My. Put on your red dress. Okay. Favorite subject in high school?
History.
Okay. If you could meet one person dead or alive and just pick their brain, who would it be?
If I could meet one person dead or alive?
Just one person dead or alive, you could just pick their brain, who would it be?
My ancestor, Mary Cloud Bethune.
Okay. Them your people?
Yeah, my great aunt.
Wow. Okay. That's all right now, man. Bethune Cook, but okay. That's major.
Yeah.
That's major. That's definitely major.
Yes.
So,
yes.
But like I say, we're gonna pull the cat out the bag. Me and Dade City's finest finna get in cloud, and you're gonna be our first guest Friday night. Call of the Wild, 11 o'clock. We getting all the way live. We'll have the information circulating on social media. Yeah, we run it back with you Friday, and we finna cut the fool on Friday. And we're gonna cut the fool on Friday.
You cuss on Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
After dark.
After dark.
You can cuss on Friday.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna show all the way out on Friday. So real quick, and you got the Eagles winning the Super Bowl?
Eagles winning.
Go
Eagles.
Okay.
Eagles winning.
I'm tired of Taylor Swift, but my boys think Chiefs go 3-peat.
Nah, Eagles winning. Eagles got the whole
ain't seen nothing different.
Okay.
Eagles.
Well, we're gonna get this out for January, so yeah, we had to get out with Toya. So peace and love to all. We back at it next Monday, February 3rd, start the month off. Who's got it better than us?
Nobody.
Keep God first. Love your family. When you see us, holler. Good night. We gone.